Since the idea of education came about, it has been questioned, divided, and manipulated into categories. What is education? How should someone get an education? Why should someone get an education? Is one person's education better than another's? Is there any motivation that can help? Is there motivation that can hinder? There are countless questions to ask about education. The general education system in our day is broken. It is damaging to our children, to adults, and to society as a whole because it is not understood or practiced correctly. It ought to be customized instead. Is it broken because it's not what I think it should be or what you think it should be? It depends on your views. George Wythe University explains that there are three categories of education: employee education, professional education, and leadership education. The most broken of these three systems is, and if it is fixed, will have the greatest positive impact on the other two, the employee style education, which is job training and credentialism. John Taylor Gatto is a 3-time award-winning New York City Teacher of the Year, and in 1989, 1991, and 1990, as well as a New York State Teacher of the Year in 1991. There's no doubt he knows what he's talking about when it comes to teaching children. In his book, Dumbing Us Down, he goes through 7 different lessons described in the public system's agenda. Beware, when it comes to learning, Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. said, "Man's mind, once stretched by a new idea, never regains its original dimensions." You can't go back after hearing this. John Taylor Gatto exposes the system of education for what it truly is in his work, leaving no room for misunderstanding. Leaders who have influence in the U.S. Department of Education have said things like, parents do not own their children. They have no natural right to control the education fully. Public education has served as a check on the power of parents, and this is another powerful reason for maintaining it, public education. As a strong believer in the family unit and moral agency, these teachings are extremely concerning to me and obvious problems to our education system. Bertrand Russell said, the head of psychology that influenced Hegel and others mentioned, education should aim at destroying free will so that after pupils are thus schooled, they will be incapable of, throughout the rest of their lives, of thinking or acting otherwise than as their schoolmasters would have wished. Wow! Does that blow your mind or what? When I read this, I felt the education agenda of the system had just been uncovered. President Ezra Taft Benson said, "It is self-evident that on this scheme, public schools, if it is consistently and persistently carried out through all the parts of the country, the United States system of national population education will be the most efficient and widespread instrument for the propagation of atheism which the world has ever seen." Henry Ford is an excellent example of a person who had a truly customized education. He was once taken to court, called stupid and ignorant. They wanted people to prove that he wasn't worthy of his success. It's estimated that his net worth was $200 billion. That's quite a bit of money for an uneducated person. However, he understood business better than almost anybody else, although undecorated in degrees. Because he quit school after 8th grade, he proved he was worthy of his success. When it comes to a solution, I really believe that Alfie Kohn nailed it when explaining what needs to happen. In his book, Punished by Rewards, he recommends that the system start grading differently, using the A+ or incomplete method, which offers students the chance to learn with excellence. Whether there's an A+ on their work or an incomplete, doesn't matter. This gives them a chance to move along. This, along with the teachings of Elder Lynn G. Robbins, who shared his experience in General Conference a few years ago about school, where he had a teacher who offered unlimited attempts to get an A+. He said, I asked the professor why he was willing to allow students unlimited attempts to improve their grade. His response, I believe he wanted to be on the same side as the students. Although getting instructors to adopt these things will be a very hard thing to do, these solutions combined together offer the greatest hope for revolutionizing education and keeping the spark of genius alive throughout the professional and leadership models. To be a successfully educated person, credentials, degrees are not required. Understanding is what it takes. A truly educated person has the ability to fulfill their life's mission regardless of the labels placed on them by our broken education system. So, what can you do? Regardless whether you're a teacher or not, offer others the opportunity to become better unlimited times if need be, and never stop making your education customized to yourself. Thank you.